And we are live.
Yes, we are live. Yes, we are live.
السلام عليكم يا شباب، ان شاء الله تكونوا بخير مع لايف ايكوكا يوم الخميس 13 اغسطس. النهارده معانا ضيف خاص جدا اكي يامادا سان. كانت مشرفة في جابان فاونديشن من القاهرة في 2011 2013 2014، وهي برضو كانت مسؤولة عن ايفنتات في الانمي. واحنا عندنا احمد بدر طبعا معانا على اللقاء ده، بحيث ان احنا عايزين نعمل لايف وهو هيبقى انجلش. فطبعا لو في ناس بقى بالكومنتس عايزه تتكلم تترجم بالعربي والكلام ده، فممكن تبعت الكلام في الكومنتس ونبدا ان شاء الله الانترفيو. اكي سان.
الو
ازيكم.
انت تتذكرني.
It's great honor to have you.
I'm very glad. You know, when Abdullah called me, and I was very glad to meet you again.
Arigato. It's a great pleasure to see you again. It's really great. We have you here. It's really awesome. And we can talk about things about Japan and anime, because you are in Japan now.
Freezing.
You are in.
Please.
You are in Japan now, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
We are in Egypt 10 p.m. and you have in Japan 5 a.m. or something.
Yes. In the morning.
Morning, okay. Too early, but it's great to have you here. Okay. We have Ahmad Sabi Badri San, and he will talk with you about the questions that we can talk about today. So we can start.
Abdullah, some maybe problems with the echo from your mic. Can you check it, please? Can you check it, please?
Echo?
Yeah, they wrote in the comments. There is some microphone, but otherwise it's. We will see, because seeing the comments as well. To see if anyone has any kind of notes. Maybe you can. Did you find the link? The link?
For me, that sound is alright.
Okay. So you also got the. Nice.
Yes, it sounds alright, but we are streaming now, so we need to be sure that the audience sure that the audio is fine now as well.
Yeah.
So
I hear also the echo from here as well.
I'm taking is
but it's okay. We can try to go on with it. So by the way, which city in Japan is it?
Yeah, now I live in Isesaki City.
Which state?
Actually, it's a 2-hour west from Tokyo. By train.
Okay. Nice.
As you know, the day before yesterday, it was 40 degrees in Japan. And you know our town. In Egypt it's nothing special. But in Japan, it was news. And our city, the Isesaki city, because the hottest city in Japan now.
Yeah, it could be also summer in Egypt can be a little bit annoying. But I guess it's something. It is sort of a problem with the global warming generally.
Yeah, sure.
Because also here in Europe also we had sort of like a heat wave, and it was really, really like irritating.
So it's really hot in Japan now.
Yes.
40 degrees something really. اوكي.
عبد الله ممكن نشوف بس الايكو.
هنشوف اذا في مشاكل في الصوت ممكن نتكلموا. هو حاليا دلوقتي بيقولوا في اليابان الدنيا حر موت يعني. الدنيا اتصلحت يا جماعه كده، اتظبطت كده، ظبطت الصوت.
Yeah. So yeah, we fixed it. We just fixed the problem. So maybe we can go into the interview now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
we talking about you in Egypt. You visited Egypt in 2011 or before that?
2011.
Yes.
You know, just after the Thawra.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The January Revolution.
So
Yes.
you were preparing and hosting the events of Japanese culture in Egypt. How was this job to you?
Okay. You know, before I came to Egypt in 2011, actually I travel a lot. And
Yes.
I travel 97 countries in the world.
Hi.
And I knew, and many people in the world, they love Japanese animation and manga.
Yes.
So before I knew that. But when I came to Egypt in 2011, you know, I was so impressed by Shabab. You know, Shabab mystery. You know, they are not just love Japanese anime and manga. They are so enthusiastic, you know, to watch anime and manga. So
Yes.
when I talked with young people, the Shabab, you know, their knowledge of anime and manga is more than me. You know, I also, you know, I used to love Japanese anime manga, but it's, you know, it's just normal level. It's not like otaku. And when I talk with, you know, the Egyptian people, Egyptian Shabab, you know, that they are just like otaku.
Yeah.
So, you know, I started to call them otaku. Otaku Egyptian.
Yeah,
way.
we will see about the otaku call it or term that in forward.
Yeah, but how did the idea of like organizing an event in Egypt come to be? Like because like it sounded a little bit like I don't know, like from my background, if I look at someone from Japan, how do you think of organizing an event in Egypt of all places, you know?
Okay, you know, I used to work for Japan Foundation, مؤسسة اليابان, you know, and our job, our mission is to introduce Japanese culture. It's not only anime and manga, you know, or traditional culture. And actually, the Japan Foundation used to introduce like traditional culture, or like let's say like authentic Japanese culture, or like a classical music or traditional music or lecture, a lot of lecture. But pop culture is also part of our culture, and we're so proud of this culture. But compare with, you know, the people in the other country, how they love Japanese culture, Japanese pop culture, and like Japanese, how we think Japanese pop culture, there is a big difference.
Yeah, of course.
You know, at that time, Japanese people don't know how like people in the other countries, they love anime manga.
How do they perceive Japan through this kind of culture as well?
Yeah, and especially in the Middle East.
Yeah,
they didn't imagine at all, you know, how like Egyptian, you know, people, they know anime and manga, and they talk.
We sort of like that's I don't know whether you know about this like background of how did it come to be, but like I would say that the renaissance of like anime and manga in Egypt was around like the year 2000 when like there was this TV channel came to be Space Tune, and then like it was the first official sort of channel to start just broadcasting just Japanese anime and like making dub it for Arabic people. So that was sort of like the first time for me as a young kid to just watch a Japanese anime in Arabic. That was like my first experience.
Yeah.
So it was actually quite interesting. By the way,
about
actually,
Egyptian,
was,
I think you find Egyptian in 2011. I think it was really rare to find anime fan in Egypt. Before we built the community, it was about 200 or something like that. 200 people on Facebook group, and then goes to 60,000 and over 60,000
yeah.
But at these times, maybe Japan Foundation, they receive the people that really like anime and manga, but we didn't even able to see if we can make a convention in 2013 like that you really made in there and hosted Aki Yamada San that sing Dragon Ball songs and other songs of anime.
Because when I talk with like people, one by one, and they talk to me, very passionate, with a passion, a lot of anime and manga, and each of them, they want to have some event. They talk, they dreamed, but it's just like dream.
Yes.
And I noticed it, for example, like I think I visited to the fan meeting in Alexandria,
yes,
Iskandariya.
Habiba San and other.
So 2012 or something,
12,
I think in December.
Yes.
Anyway, I went there and to meet, some group.
Yes.
And they are so close. And they talk about anime and manga, but they didn't know the other group. And all of them like this. So, and I mean, they are very isolated. Every otaku, they watch anime and manga, but by themselves, like alone.
Yes,
So
yes.
I noticed it's some group, but it's not like a big community.
Yes, yes.
So, and I wanted at that time, if we have some event, people come together and they can meet,
Yes.
and maybe they will start something by
Yes.
themselves. This is actually it's my idea.
Yes, it's a great idea.
And I know, how the Egyptian people, they're, so energetic.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I know, the weak point of Egyptian people.
This is
They are actually, they are so energetic, but they are a little bit not good at cooperation.
Oh,
I see.
Right?
Yeah. Teammate
Yeah.
and teamwork and stuff like this.
مثلا دايما كده انا
Yeah. It's always...
Yes, it's you are really know about us.
So each of you can do everything, but unfortunately the event, we have to
it
cope.
needs more of cooperation.
More team, more.
So I found out what is the problem, and if we have a event, it's just like like a example.
Yes.
And maybe people come together and they meet, they make a friend,
Yes.
and then they want to hold the event by themselves. It's not from Japan Foundation.
Yes.
I knew that at this time. So this is why we hold that event.
It's really great, and I really. It was amazing to see someone like Aki Yamada San. How do you manage to do this? Is this power of Japan Foundation or something like we will make Egyptian people happy about Aki Yamada San being in Egypt and Japanese popular in any song and cosplays and stuff like this? Do you choose the people from your side or something like that, or what the idea to choose people and making them to events like this?
Hello. Okay. At first, I chose Aki Yamada San. It's my side.
Oh.
Because the Japan Foundation have like a budget, like annual budget.
Budget, yes.
And okay, and like Maktab al-Qahira, we can make event, but it's not a lot. You know, a huge event we can hold, but on the budget.
Yes.
So and every year we invited some Japanese artists, you know, or some lecturer and to give a lecture like this.
Yes.
And that year 2013, it's like a year we can make a little bit in a big event. But again, the budget is so limited. Okay. But anyway, and I make a plan this event. And, you know, before that, I visited Comic-Con, Dubai Comic-Con.
Yes.
You know the biggest
it's
pop
really
culture
big
event.
In Dubai, yes.
Yeah. And even that Comic-Con is just the beginning. It's a second year for Comic-Con. And I saw, 2012. I think it's the second year of Dubai Comic-Con, by the way. And anyway, I saw like cosplay contest over there.
Yes.
And you know, for the cosplay contest, you know, Musaba cosplay. Musaba cosplay. You know that they use a lot of like anison music. And when some anison music,
yes,
you know, when it's on, people start dancing. And I noticed how like anison is very powerful, and people love it.
Yes.
You know, but even in Dubai Comic-Con, they didn't invite any anison singer, no anison concert. But anyway,
they didn't try this.
And I got these two ideas. So cosplay contest, and also anison.
Yes.
Anison. And and suddenly I noticed the Egyptian like singing, and I think you might want to sing anison. So this is why, you know, I prepare anison concert, and it should be a very like powerful anison singer.
Yes.
And there are so many anison singer, but you know, you remember it's just after revolution, the 2011.
Yes.
And Egypt is unstable, and even actually it's no problem because I lived there over there at the time, but just because of the image.
To invite,
it's really challenging to invite someone like this in Egypt. Yes.
Actually, nobody came at that time, you know.
Yes, it was really not easy. Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, I start to contact with manager of Kageyama San, you know, on the email. Yeah, but you know, the email is just email. So I go back to Japan. I went back to Japan. And I visited Kageyama-san's office. And I talked to the manager directly. And I explained about, you know, how Egyptian young people, you know, they love anison, like blah, blah, blah. You know, and I persuade, you know, to come, you know, to invite Kageyama-san.
Yes.
But anyway, the Kageyama-san and his group, Jam Project, you know, that they are used to have a concert in South America, you know, the many other country.
Yes.
So he has.
They
are very popular in South America and United States.
Like Brazil, So and they are used to go to other country. So I knew that, and maybe I thought it's, you know, a little bit easier than the other artists, you know, to invite to come to Egypt. And you know, the main reason is why I chose Kageyama-san is he's a singer for Dragon Ball.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of the easiest anime to like basically like advertise. Everyone likes Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and anyway, I decided to invite Kageyama-san, and I persuade the manager. And of course, you know, they ask me, what about, you know, the situation in Egypt?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's really
and I
scary.
Said, I don't mind. No problem. Like, you know. And finally, I could invite him to come to Egypt.
Yes, it was really a surprise to us. Really, great surprise in the event. To see someone like Kageyama-san, and meetings like this, not hosting people or figure in Japan and artists and some stuff like this. And I think you Japan Foundation is made a really great job to make really great activities, so you can see the mangas in the events, and you can see even tea party, Japanese traditional tea. It was really something unique in this event. It wasn't only anime and cosplay and stuff like that. It was also something like Japan traditional, and the painting or writing the name in kanji and stuff like that. It was really great activity. And origami, I think. I don't remember.
Yes.
So,
because I wanted to make an event. It's like a maharagan.
Festival.
A festival.
Maharagan Yabani.
Yes. It was really great
I know
experience.
that, and the Egyptian. I know the Egyptian. They don't like just watching. Some.
They like to participate. They like to experience.
So they want to participate in.
Yes.
Actually, about the Japan Foundation, my father he went to Japan in '95 as part of an internship in Osaka, and and for several years he received some mails from the Japan Foundation to invite him to some events. So I personally am aware of how active it could be. Not only, of course, my father was not interested in anime or manga, but there was some festivals. He got invited to some festivals, a lot of tea parties and stuff like that. It was quite interesting experience to receive an email or post sometime. It was quite interesting for my family. So we can also go to the questions that we received from the people. So we can go to the main question, I guess, is how does Japanese people perceive idea of learning about their culture from anime and manga? Because in Hollywood, for example, if you meet an American and they know everything about America from Hollywood, they feel offended a little bit, So does Japanese people have something similar to this feeling?
Sure. And when just first came to Egypt, I was so surprised because the level of Japanese learner, it's much more higher than before. Because I visited Egypt the first time in 1999.
Okay, yeah.
At the time, the first time, and I spent 3 months in Egypt. And at that time, some Egyptians can speak fluently, and most of the time they are like a guide, tour guide.
Yeah.
And of course, why they want to...
the renaissance of anime didn't happen at that time yet.
And again, the 2011, at the second time, 2004.
Oh, okay.
And 2004 to 6, I was in Egypt. And at that time, I met some people, who learned Japanese. Not from the classroom. It's from anime and manga. And their the Japanese is very good. Right? And then year 2011, we have Japanese courses in the Japan Foundation. And even from the first level, the basic level, even they don't know about how to write Japanese, or kanji. But their speaking is very good.
Sometimes it's easier to learn.
Yes.
So good things from anime is because there are we call it nichijou-kei. Nichijou-kei anime is nothing happen. It's daily life of high school student or this, like Lucky Star or like this. And Yeah, and no, 日常 meaning daily life. And 日常系 anime means animation. The topics is just daily life.
So you mean like a slice of life?
K-on!
Yeah, like
And
that.
stuff like that. Anime is like
But anyway,
K-on! Lucky Star.
yeah. So people can learn the Japanese daily life through the animation. You know, even like food. For example, like takoyaki or ramen.
Ramen, yes.
Yeah, I think like why the ramen is so popular in the Middle East is I think it's because of animation.
Yeah.
Naruto.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Naruto, his food, favorite food, ramen.
Yeah, Naruto is basically a mascot for ramen in all of Middle East. Like, if it's always showing ramen in very good shape, that's why everyone feel like we want to taste it.
Yeah. Yes. And it's a one good thing, you know, the Japanese, not only the language, you know, Japanese culture. And even maybe you can get the ramen or other food or other culture through the book or movie.
Okonomiyaki.
But animation is more like similar. You know, you're familiar with this culture. And it's good things. But, you know, there are some parts, you know, that learn Japanese through the anime or Japanese culture through the anime. Some bad side is, as you know, the animation is a fiction.
Yeah, of course.
Or sometimes, you know, exaggerate too much. So it's not real. For example, like kawaii, cute kawaii culture.
Oh,
yes.
You know that. Of course, we have the kawaii culture, but not all like a Japanese girl is like an anime girl. Not like this. It's not like a, you know, big eyes and kawaii, like too cute. So this is just animation.
Yes.
But so again, I think that for the entrance, like gate for the Japanese culture or Japanese language or Japan, the animation is very good. Manga is very good.
Yeah.
But after then, I think you should, you know, learn through the more, you know, to visit Japan or to talk with Japanese or
because you know, there is sort of a stereotype that people think that like all Japanese people knows about anime or manga, so like they expect when they meet a Japanese person, oh, you should know about manga. But I discovered, because I met so many Japanese people in Germany, some people don't even know what is like what anime is on. Like maybe they only know like 2 or 3 animes because they see it everywhere in Japan. Otherwise, they don't know what is it. That's why it's a little bit like, as you said, like anime is fictional. You should know it's not like the real thing. So you should distinguish when you are like dealing with real people, because of course they're people. Sometimes you don't have enough time for this kind of talk about anime.
About you, after you done a contract with Japan Foundation, you went to United Arab Emirates. So
yes. You know,
what's
it's a
the
very
difference of your job in Emirates, and what did you think about I think you meet anime fans in United Arab Emirates as well. You met in Egyptian communities. So what's the difference in the Arab world, and what's the culture or the work you did in United Arab Emirates?
Okay, so 2014, I went back to Japan. And next year, 2015, I got a job in Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
Abu Dhabi, Emirat. Because, you know, I worked in Japanese school in Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
And of course, you know, Japanese school, normally, this is only for the Japanese children, right? But, you know, in Dubai.
Cairo. In Cairo, or you
no,
talking about
Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yes.
Okay.
I thought you
Dhabi
talking about Japanese school in Cairo, Giza.
Yeah, no. Yes. Just like Japanese school in Giza. So Japanese school in Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
You know that only like around 60 students over there. But it's very interesting because, you know, half of them, they are Emirat. Tarawa Emirati.
Emirati.
Yeah, and it's not international school. Basically, Japanese school is only for Japanese children, but it's a protocol. Protocol by the Hakumatul Japan, Hakumatul Japanese, or Hakumatul
Abu Dhabi.
The protocol. Because Sheikh Mohammed, he decide, to like mixed education. And since 10 years ago, he decide, that we have to accept Emirati student. But it's not so big, not so many, because Japanese school in Abu Dhabi is very small. But anyway, like each grade have 2 to 4 Emirati student. And actually from KG1, from the kindergarten, when they are 3 years old, they start to learn Japanese. And even all subjects, they've learned in Japanese.
Oh. That could be quite interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. And the children are no problem because they can get the
language fast.
Yeah, and even the culture, for the daily life. So they clean up the classroom, they eat kyushoku, like school meal. So everything normal for the children. And the problem is the parent. The parent, that their mentality or they're all like Emirati. And such a big difference between, Japanese teachers, Japanese parents, Japanese custom, Japanese education system. So, and I was like monastica, like coordinator.
Yes, yes.
So I was in between Emirati parent and Japanese teachers. And also the Japanese teachers, they are not used to Arab culture.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and especially like Islamic like religion, they have no idea.
Yes, yes.
And every day there are some like problem. It's just because of the lack of knowledge for both Emirati
misunderstanding.
And
yes.
Yeah. So I was in between, and every day, I did troubleshooting between them. But anyway, I worked there for 2 years as a coordinator. So, and I met like anime manga fans in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
And they have like some group. They call in Dubai one group and in Abu Dhabi one group.
Abu Dhabi cosplay community and the Dubai cosplay community or something like that.
It's just like anime aikoka. It's general, the anime and manga fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I met them since 2012. So before I went to Emirat, I know them. But anyway, after 2015, I visited their meeting and I talked with them.
Yes.
But the problem... Okay.
Yes,
and
yes.
And Anime Club Dubai, they held some Japanese event, like a small Japanese event. I think 2006, like 6, 7, 8, something like this. They held the event annually.
Event anime or meeting or
like something like an event, just like a J-pop event in Cairo.
Yes, yes. Convention.
And not only anime and manga, they combined like traditional
video
culture.
games and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, there are no Japan Foundation in UAE, in Emirat.
Yes.
And of course, Embassy of Japan and Council of Japan, they are. But as you know, they are not so supportive.
I see.
Okay, they say, okay, we support, but just name. And maybe ambassador came, but that's it, just greeting. So, and like young people, they try to have like event, but it's very difficult. And the community was so small.
And they need to spend a lot of money to do this. So Dubai Comic Con, they have business in the Dubai, so they making something big.
So now, even the Comic Con, some event company, they organized. And it's a business base.
It's all about business, there.
Maybe that could be the difference, the main difference, in my opinion, between like the UAE and Egypt. Like in Egypt, it's more driven by like sort of like interest and fandom, more of business, because like we don't have that many Japanese-based business set in Egypt. So maybe it's this kind of difference, how it drives the event, maybe.
But even, the Emirati young people, they want to do, some event by themselves, but it's just difficult.
Difficult.
It's difficult when there is a business involved, of course, because
it costs a lot,
changes stuff.
And by the way, year 2016, 16, in Abu Dhabi, they have a big anime and manga related event. But it's, organized by the, like a government funded. Emirati government funded. And they want to make just like a Japan Expo, like Anime Expo.
Anime Expo, yes. Is this in UAE or in
Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi, yes.
And they invited Kageyama San again.
Oh, nice.
And not only Kageyama San, the flow, the group flow, they are singing for the Naruto song.
Yes.
Flow,
the
there's different
and also the Jam project. Kageyama-san with Jam project. So all members, the 5 members.
All members of Jam project.
So actually, it's a very, very great concert. But because of the organizer, they didn't do enough to advertising.
So
unfortunately,
not a lot came.
Such a great concert, but not so many people came.
Yes. If we know about it, I think there is many from Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. They go
Gulf countries,
to Dubai Comic Con, so they are really into something like this. So if they advertise something like this, I think it will be really big event. A lot of people will. I didn't know about this myself.
See, And I talked with Kageyama-san over there. And I talked with all Jam project member.
Yes.
And Kageyama-san told me he missed Egypt.
He missed Egypt.
And he and his colleague, the other member, they want to go to Egypt.
Oh.
They told me.
It's really nice. We will like to have them really. It was a great time in Egypt, yes.
I want to ask about does different branches of the Japan Foundation have a different budget based on which country they are in? Like, does the Abu Dhabi branch, for example, have more budget than the one in Cairo, for example?
Unfortunately, at first, the Japan Foundation, they have only one branch in the Middle East and Africa.
Oh, okay.
Both. And unfortunately, we have a lot of branch in Europe or America, in Asia, mainly in Asia.
I would like to ask at the end, of course. I would like to ask for myself about the branch in Germany. Because
you have.
Okay. I would like, because it would be interesting for me, because since I live here anyway. So we can go about the other questions is of course this is sort of a typical question. What is your first impression of Egypt since you came so many times, and what was your last impression when you left for the last time?
Okay, my experience is Egypt, as I told you before, since year 1999.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the first time I just visit Egypt as a tourist. You know, even for 3 months, but it's just tourist. And you know, there are so many great things to see, you know, touristic place. And people are so nice, you know, sometimes cheating, but for the tourist, it's just an experience. And I enjoy, you know, traveling in Egypt, and I loved Egyptian culture and Egyptian people. And I thought, wow, it's a very good place, so I should come back again.
Yeah.
And I wanted to learn Arabic. So year 2004, I went back to Egypt. And that time I got a job in Egypt, not the Japan Foundation, the other job. So I got the job and I started to learn Arabic. You know, and and I lived in the downtown. It's not like a Maradi or Zamalek, you know. I just get into the downtown and living, and I wanted to feel like Egyptian real culture.
Yeah.
You know, this is my way. And then, you know, I had hard time. Because, you know, I worked in the Egyptian company. You know, it's a 100% Egyptian company.
So, yes.
You know, and as a tourist, they are very kind. But as a just colleague, you know, and my salary is like Egyptian salary. It's not like a Japanese price or something. So I just like a mazah. You know,
Different culture.
Like a clear.
But anyway, and for past 3 months, they are very kind. And after that, you know, when I'm getting used to, actually they are not so kind. You know, and
the
I
culture
live
is
in
not like Japanese, yes.
And you know, أنا كنت ساكنة في منطقة شعبية. منطقة شعبية, صح? So I know. Again, you know, as a foreigner, you know, Aganeb, they are kind, just visitor. But you know, as just a neighborhood, you know, at first they think I'm Chinese. So every time when I walk on the street, shini, like get up. It's very annoying. You know, so Mintaga Shabia is not a good place, you know, for living, foreign woman living alone. So I had, every time I had a problem. So, but still, you know, I want to talk with them, you know, in Arabic. But I've learned Arabic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I've learned Arabic in the school, you know, Arabic school. Of course, I've learned Husha.
اللغة العربية الفصحى.
You know, so nobody speaks in Husha, of course.
Yeah, I experienced this problem when I was in Cyprus, and I met some Turkish people who only speak Fusha, and I gladly I speak Fusha with them. I like to speak Fusha with them, but a lot of Egyptians, they didn't understand anything. They were like, you speak in English to me or something like that. Like they didn't understand what we were talking about, even though they were speaking Arabic. So like.
And you see, it was so depressing because, you know, okay, I've learned some basic Arabic at first for the greeting. And my teacher encouraged me, okay, no problem, you can use Husha. You know, the people can understand, everybody can understand Husha. And then just one step out of the school, nobody understands me. And just not understanding me, it's okay. But, you know, they're laughing, you know, laughing on me. Yay, you are speaking something like strange like this. So it's very embarrassing and very depressed. But, you know, for the 3 years, I was fighting, you know, with this situation. Because I thought, you know, when I'm getting used to, maybe they love me and I love them. But after 3 years for the fighting, you know, I was exhausted. You know, and so exhausted. Easy, yes. And, you know, I started to hate Egypt and the Egyptian. And by the way, I love Cairo. I love Cairo very much. You know, and I just dream I love Cairo without Egyptian. This is my, you know, first impression. Second impression since after 3 years living in Cairo. You know, and almost after 3 years, I decide, okay, no Arabic, no Egypt anymore. And I go back to Japan. But I worked
When's that
yeah.
you back in Japan?
Okay, 2004 to 2000, like all the year 6, nearly 7.
Yes.
I lived in Egypt, so I went back to Egypt at the end of 2006.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so no more Egypt, But I don't want to think about Egypt. And unfortunately, I couldn't meet like you, like Shabab. I just, I work in the travel agency in Egypt. And my neighborhood is all, like Shabir. Some of them are good, but, like Shabab over there are very annoying. Like a harass, like sexual harassment.
Oh, yeah,
like
harassment.
And it's just, annoying. But anyway, so I went back to Japan. But after working in Japan to 7, 8, 9, 10, like 4 years, I worked with Iraqi people, by the way. So I complained, about Egyptian to Iraqi people. And they are so kind to me, and they are very gentlemen.
Iraqi is really they have really great community for anime. They are really fan of anime and manga.
But it could be also like sometimes it could be it could be also like I was like here it happened with me also something similar to this kind of experience. When I was here in Germany, like my fiance, she's Vietnamese, and like we were in the market and someone shouted at her immediately "Konnichiwa," and we were like this will cause. For me, I laughed. Of course, it was funny because I know she's Vietnamese, but like for her, she was very insulted and very angry, and she was like, like he's shouting at me like in Vietnamese, and some people start telling her like "Ni hao ma" and something like that, and she was really really bad because like I know this kind of feeling, but like I know it happens everywhere. Like we were in Germany and someone thought she was Japanese or Chinese. Like it was. It could happen, but I know this kind of feeling when you are like minority and like most of the people are like basically having their own accent and their own kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because also sometimes it happens, like for example, if you are like learning English here in Germany and suddenly you start speaking to people with a British accent, people will make fun of you because like you are Egyptian who live in Germany. Why do you speak with British accent?
Yeah.
So like I can understand this feeling. It could be really hard.
But anyway, before, I had self-confidence because I traveled 97 countries in the world, and including 25 countries in Africa. So I traveled through the Africa from Egypt to South Africa, and again through the Sahara, from Niger to the Algeria, like this. So I was so proud of myself because I believed I could get used to any country. But it's traveling and living is a big difference.
Yeah, and like that's one of the things that a lot of foreigners like don't get about Africa. That Africa is really really diverse. Like Africa is really different. Like people, like most of the African people, unfortunately, don't get to travel that much around Africa to see how countries are because of borders and all political stuff. But like I seen like people who travel there, like they get really different perspective from each African country.
Yeah.
Which is, you are lucky you did that, because I know a lot of people who live in Egypt, they never went to any African country other than Egypt.
But anyway, okay. After went back to Japan and talked with Iraqi people, and I get back my passion, to the Middle East, like Arab countries, again, and I get a job in Egypt, 2000, the end of year 2010. So, and I went back to Egypt again.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So, and it was my third time, to living in Egypt. And again, through the job of Japan Foundation, I met different people than before. you know the like teachers in the university where مثقفين. You know the different classes. And also, the second time I didn't meet the young people actually like you.
Yeah.
I didn't a lot of anime manga fans. 2004 to 5 to 6. And then through my job in Japan Foundation, so I could meet different people, and I changed, my image of Egypt again. So I shouldn't say Egyptian is like this, like أصلي كده بس مش كده.
بس كده.
Yeah, and it's especially in Egypt, it depends on their like background. It's totally different.
And it also depends on the community, like the community that surrounds you. Like when you are working with the prestige of the Japan Foundation is different from the prestige of working like, in a travel agency, Like you meet different people, you meet different society. I know this it could be really interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, my Arabic teacher told me, actually he was very, very, pity because every time my lesson, I got like 3 hour, 4 hour lesson. But the first 1 hour, I spent my complaint about Egyptian, and I developed my Arabic through, complaining Egyptian. But anyway, after 1 hour in my complaint, he told me, okay, Aki, you told like this now. But when you go back to Japan, I'm sure you say I miss Egypt. And I told my teacher, I never, ever, say like this. And say, that when I went back to Japan, that when I left Egyptian airport, Cairo airport, on the air, I start to feel, I miss Egypt.
Wow.
Yeah, like like it could be sometimes you get annoyed, like sometimes you feel like this place is not for me, and like be like maybe I'm better just leaving and like looking for another country. But this moment when you leave and suddenly you realize, maybe I need to come back again for just 1 time or 2 times, Because I experienced this feeling also. Like I lived in Cyprus for 3 years, and like my experience in Cyprus was not that good. Like I didn't enjoy my time there, and after I was leaving, I was like, maybe I should come back sometime.
I think there is people also really missing you, Aki-san. They really anime and manga fans community in Egypt. They are really asking, do you will visit Egypt again? Do you will come? There is really questions about this asked in our community after they know that you will be with us.
Yeah. Of course, every time, even when I live in Abu Dhabi, it's so close to Egypt.
Yes.
And every time I wanted to come back to Egypt, but unfortunately I didn't have opportunity at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, but now I wanted to, really wanted to go back to Egypt.
Come visit us, yes.
Speaking of, by the way, what is your favorite Egyptian dish, by the way? What is your favorite meal, like?
Okay.
Sort of like,
okay, بحب محش كوسة.
محشي كوسة.
أيوة.
It was
like, do you have
devoted.
Do you have like a favorite dessert, for example, or sweet, maybe?
My favorite sweet, it's not actually sweet, but it's ishta.
Oh, yeah. It's sort of like appetizer, could it be? Or like sort of a dam, or maybe something to mix with.
Yeah. Because, in Egypt, the kusar is very expensive. But anyway, everything is expensive.
Yeah.
But, the kusar is expensive. and molokhia. It's not expensive, but it's not so many. You know, and bamiya we have, but again, it's not a lot. So, you know, I start to, make plant, bamiya, wakusa, molokhia by myself.
Nice.
In Egypt or in Japan?
Japan.
Oh, Japan.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you grew some molokhia in Japan?
Yeah, I have my kitchen garden.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I plant everything. My favorite food from Egypt.
It's really
That's really interesting because actually that is one of the hardest things for me as Egyptian who live like outside of Egypt. It's really hard to find molokhia, green molokhia. It's really hard to find. So it's really good that you have a garden.
I think it's available in Japan. It's
So
really
Ahmed saying, it's just you plant by yourself. You can do it. For here, it's very easy to plant.
Ahmed Sami is in Germany now, and I'm in Egypt, and you are in Japan. So he in Germany cannot find the molokhia.
You only find it frozen, but you don't find like the fresh green one.
Yeah.
I think
By the
in
way,
Japan that's the same thing. You can find it frozen as well.
Yeah, but it should be fresh. So I make by myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's
nice.
way much different. Like it really have a different taste. Like the fresh one from the frozen one, it's way much different. By the way, how many cities did you visit in Egypt?
Egypt. How many? From the west, Siwa, مرسى مطروح. طبعا اسكندرية. Suez.
Suez.
Dahab.
Of course.
Of course. Sharm el-Sheikh, of course.
Sharm el-Sheikh.
Yeah. Tavern, Aswan, or Luxor.
Luxor or Aswan.
Yeah. And again, like small city.
Where was it? Was it in the Delta or?
Yeah, Delta small city. I forget the name.
Mansoura, Rashid, Tanta. There is many in Delta.
Yeah.
Really many in the Delta. Really many cities.
Tanta.
Tanta, oh yeah.
Tanta, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanta's also nice city. But what is like your favorite outside of Cairo? Because like Cairo is a different category.
Yeah, I love مرسى مطروح.
Oh, Marsa Matruh, yeah.
Yes.
And Siwa.
It's really nice, really beautiful.
Siwa is really. I visited Siwa. Not many Egyptians visited Siwa, but you know.
Yeah, that's what actually one of the hidden gems of Egypt, sort of Siwa. It's like really good for foreigners to visit. So if there is a Japanese person who want to come to Egypt, which city or locations will you tell them you should go definitely to there?
Yeah, definitely Siwa.
Yeah.
Because in Siwa or outside of Siwa in the desert, there is a hot springs, onsen.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how Japanese
I saw
love
the hot
onsen.
spring. Yes.
Yeah.
They have carbonated water there also. It's really, I heard about it because I know that some people in Egypt actually go for like treatment there of rheumatoid and like bone pain, and they go to this kind of oasis and springs. It's really interesting.
And in the Siwa, there is hot springs, 360 degrees or desert.
Yes.
And in just hot springs. It's very basic, and I love that place.
Yes.
So,
I was just gonna say, like, I want to switch the side of the question now. Like, what about if someone is coming to Japan? What locations will you tell them to you must see this place, for example?
Okay, and I know that you guys, the anime and manga fan, without my recommendation, of course they go to Akihabara, Nakano Broadway, So I don't mention about these places because anyway, you are visited, right? You will visit.
Akihabara is a place known for anime fans, yes.
Yeah, I know some of my friends, actually, a Mexican friend, she went from Germany to Japan, and she really loved Akihabara. Like, she was like, this is the paradise for anime fans, basically.
Yes.
But actually, when my father went to Japan, he really loved Osaka, and he visited Nara, and he said, like, Nara is really nice for, like...
You know, the western part of Japan, you know, like near Osaka, you know, I know why the Egyptians like Osaka, because, you know, the atmosphere is just like Egypt.
Yeah, it could be.
You know, Osaka and Cairo is very similar. And, you know, the mentality of Japanese and mentality of Egyptian, normally it's different. So different. But, you know, the people in Osaka, it's just like you, just like Egyptian.
The people.
So, you know, there are many Egyptian students when they come to Japan for study. You know, if they choose the university in Tokyo, I mean the eastern part of Japan, you know, they will have a little bit hard time. Because people are not so kind, or, you know, as they expected. But the Egyptian who chose the university in Osaka, or western area, or even the Kyushu, no problem, because the mentality is very similar.
Oh, Tokyo very busy place and really for work and expensive and a lot of things in Tokyo, yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting, you know, as a culture. But I mean, the like relationship between the people in Tokyo. Sometimes, you know, you feel it's very like cool, you know, they are not so warm. But in the Kansai area, like western area, and especially the Osaka, you know, they of course they speak in Japanese, but you know their intonation, their dialect, Osaka dialect, it's just like, you know, a mayor must be here. I mean, you know, the concept is the same.
The concept is the same as Egyptians. It's really great. Okay.
You know, even you are speaking Arabic, but you know, way of thinking is the same.
The same of Egyptians, yes.
Have you heard about like a greeting, like tamere and the tamere in Amir, Masriya, and you know, how was your business instead of how are you? You know, this is Egyptian idea.
Amele or
Amele
could be
you know, you are not asking how are you, right?
Yes. Amele.
And in the Osaka dialect, it's just the same idea. You know, they don't ask "O genki desu ka?" How are you? They don't ask like this. They ask, "What is your business?" You say like "Mokarimaka." Mokarimaka is just like how is your business?
Like amile.
And the answer is "bochi bochi denna." Like me.
Nice this.
So okay, I recommend, you know, the Egyptian, if they want to stay Japan a little bit long time, like more than 1 year, maybe, and if they discourage or if they, you know, feel alone, you know, definitely they should go to Osaka.
Also, my father told me about Nara so much, like because of the gazelles, you know, the deers, and like he loved it so much. Like he was impressed because for us, you know, we don't deal that much with wild animals in their natural inhabitants. So like it's in his experience, that was like amazing for him to see deers going around and like
unique experience.
Yeah, a unique experience. So that could also be like a place for people who are interested in nature without any kind of weird stuff.
Yes.
By the way, I wanted to ask you about a drink. Like people asking in the comments about it, like sugar cones. You know, asir asap. You know, I know it's quite popular in Vietnam and some Southeast Asian countries. But like, do you have something this concept in Japan as
شربتي
well?
قصب؟
Yeah. بس في أوكيناوا Southern Island أوكيناوا
Yeah.
بس. You know the mainland like Tokyo we have but it's not so popular.
Not so.
Yeah.
And you see the now my office. You know I worked in Tokyo and my office you know is in the like Shibuya area. You know something between Harajuku and Shibuya is very fashionable area. And one day I thought like Ashir Asab like stand. And you can you imagine how much is it? How much is it? One asap, a cup of asap.
300 yen or something like that. Is it like 300 yen maybe?
No.
More expensive? More
Yeah.
expensive?
It's
Okay.
expensive.
Like 1,000 yen, like
Oh.
around 10 US
Yeah.
dollar.
I think 1,000 yen is like around like 5 euro maybe.
Yeah, euro. Like six.
Yeah, it
six,
could be.
6,
Yeah.
7 euro. No.
Yeah, it would be the same here as well. Like I
About
it would be-
$10.
Yeah.
About $10.
See? And you know, even the Ashir Asap is in a glass. It's very fashionable.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
for the Instagram, you know.
Yeah.
And you know the girls, Japanese girls, wow, like it's sweet and it's very kawaii. And drink 1,000 yen asap.
The thing that I seen a lot here in Germany, which is really influenced by Japanese culture, is the bubble tea shops everywhere in Germany. Bubble tea shops everywhere decorated with Japanese like anime and shots, and they even play some Japanese songs in every bubble tea shop in Germany, which is really funny because most of the shops are not owned by Japanese people. Like it's either people from Taiwan, people from Vietnam or something like that. But it's really interesting. I don't know why like bubble tea is linked with Japanese culture. Like it's something I understand. But like this is the closest experience for me to something like asap, cold drink like asap, having like sort of like an interesting culture around it.
Yeah.
By the way,
So
did
now-
you get... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
No.
And now
you
in
can
the
go on.
UAE, like Emirat, like Japanese sweets, or like a Japanese style, they say Japanese style bakery, like bread.
Yes.
But have you heard about like melon pan? It's a shape
Pan.
just like sweet melon.
Sorry again. What was it? What is it?
You know, it's a bread, kind of bread.
Melon
Very-
pan.
Yeah, melon pan. Yeah.
Melon pan.
This-
Yes.
Yeah.
I
this
didn't
kind of-
really tried it, but I know this from Japanese anime. Yes.
So anyway, Japanese style bakery is quite popular in Emirat now.
Yes, they have many restaurants of Japanese there,
Yeah.
so you can see everything in Emirates.
Yeah.
You know, in Dubai there is Abu Tariq.
Koshari Abu Tariq.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Koshari
that.
Abu Tariq. Yes. Many restaurants in Emirates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, in Japan, the koshari is again like one plate of koshari is more than 1,000 yen.
Yeah. It's really expensive outside of Egypt. Like I seen here in Germany was like 10 euro, and I was like, no thanks.
Yeah.
It's too much. I don't know why.
Everything is expensive in
Yeah,
Europe
even
and
when I
Japan.
prepare it at home, it doesn't
Yeah.
cost half of this. It doesn't even cost half of this. It's really because this is like kushari is one of the simplest Egyptian dishes and really cheap for people. Like they call it the food of the people.
Yeah.
أكل شعبية.
Yeah.
I really
popular
tried
food.
mochi. It's really was delicious.
Yeah.
Mochi
Yeah.
And
is,
what? Yeah.
I am sort of
someone made
addicted
it
to
in
mochi now.
Egypt, Damanhur restaurant in Damanhur.
Oh,
city.
mochi.
Mochi. It was really nice. It's like
Yeah.
ice cream and rice and stuff.
Yeah.
like that. Okay. What other question we have?
Did you get any souvenirs, by the way, from Egypt? Did you get any kind of like souvenirs?
When I went back to Japan, I bought karukade.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because in Japan, like karukade is not so popular. So I bought a lot of karukade and also soap. Zaytun.
Oh, yeah.
You know the olive soap.
Yeah.
Zaytun.
Also the 100%, like pure olive soap. It's in Japan. It's expensive and not so popular.
Yeah, because I think it needs like sort of a Mediterranean weather to grow the olive trees. So it could be really hard to find in Japan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's also really expensive here as well in Germany, because they get it from Spain and Italy. I'm curious about, you said like you watched some anime and manga before. What was your like favorite anime you watched? Maybe like, I don't know, when did you watch it?
My favorite anime before, like Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Shingeki no Kyojin before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but after that, it's very just popular, but Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba now.
So you still reading till now? You still like watching and reading?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. Because I know.
And also Promised Neverland.
The Promised Neverland, yeah.
Kimetsu no Yaiba is really popular in Egypt now, and Neverland is really, I didn't watch it, but it's really, I think many people like it. But Kimetsu no Yaiba, I think it's a really big manga title in Japan. Many sales, even it's over selling One Piece, that top manga in Japan.
Yeah, and now some like episode on the movie now.
Yes, there is a sequel of anime in a movie theater, but I don't know when will release. Movie theater. I don't know if the movie soon. Maybe soon, in October.
Yeah. And also the Promised Neverland, it will be like a movie, but this is not anime, like real.
Like
real life.
Live action, yeah.
Is real life action popular as the anime? Do you think there is a difference here in Japan and outside?
Which one?
Like generally, do you see some animes are more popular in Japan than on other countries? Like I hear that Detective Conan Case Closed is way much popular in Japan than like in United States, for example.
But generally, like Kimetsu no Yaiba or Attack on Titan, like such a big name is the same.
Yeah.
But of course, that there are so many animes. So and especially the Japanese otaku people go to like otaku, very like otaku stories.
Very specific enemies.
So,
Yes.
So I think that this field a little bit there is a difference between Japan as a country, but like general, the anime popularity of animation and manga is the same as a country.
Yeah.
But people wanted me to ask you about this, one of the most bizarre animes, but like they want me to ask about JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Did you hear of it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, JoJo is quite popular. And JoJo is not only for otaku. JoJo is for the general.
Yeah, because like...
What about... Yeah, I want to ask you. What about the Black Clover?
Sorry? Black Clover?
Black Clover is popular.
Yeah, it's popular. It's popular now. It's sort of popular with the same kind of like it's. I seen a lot of people are watching it now, and are following what's going on as well. So it's a popular in Egypt, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has sort of closer similar popularity to Naruto when like at the peaks of Naruto somehow.
Yeah. It's getting longer and longer story.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. Because, you know, like this kind of like shonen anime is like a very specific type for very specific people. So like too easy. If you like Naruto, you like Clover. So easy, you know.
Yeah. I think now Abdullah-san is freeze now.
Yeah. His camera frame is free. It is freezing. Yeah. Yeah. There is a really interesting question.
I'm here. I'm here. Maybe the camera is really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a really interesting question I seen also, like why aren't Japanese drama and movies are as popular as anime outside of Japan?
A drama?
Like the Japanese drama is not as popular as anime, for example, or movies.
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, it's because of the like about copyright. You know, the Japanese television company. You know, they are very behind this. You know, the world.
Okay, yeah.
Streaming. And
it's sort of a monopoly.
Yeah, and you know, they are failed to sell Japanese drama to other countries.
Yeah.
You know, and you know how Korean drama. You know how now they are popular. You know, it's because Korean government. Yeah, the Korean government they encourage to the export Korean drama. And for example, they got good like golden time. Let's say golden time in NBC One.
Yeah.
They got and like Korean time, Korean drama time that they have. But the Japanese television company, they didn't think about that. So and you know that it's a very complicated procedure, and the procedure take a long time, to broadcast Japanese drama. So the all other countries broadcast company, they are not so patient, to wait and to negotiate, blah blah blah. So and it's much easier to go with Korean drama. So this is why and the Japanese drama is not so popular. Even it's very interesting. And before, on the YouTube, there are a lot of dramas. It's illegal uploaded, but anyway, it's easy. Everybody can enjoy that. But the Japanese broadcast company, they just ban, the forbidden to illegal uploaded.
Yeah.
And they just delete it.
Yeah, that's also one of the problems here for streaming. For example, here in Germany, of course, you can only stream through legal channels of streaming, for example, Crunchyroll, Netflix, or something like that. You don't have any other way to watch it. And I see it's too easy to find most of popular animes. It's too easy to find Attack on Titan or any other label that's quite famous. But it's almost really impossible to find any Japanese movie. It's almost impossible to find. That's also interesting because when Parasite was nominated for an Oscar, I was how Korean movie? It was so easy for a Korean movie to be just nominated for an Oscar. Meanwhile, there was this kind of discussion about some movies like Kimi no Na wa. There was a really sort of backlash when it was not nominated for an Oscar. So people were discussing is it sort of is the Oscar audience didn't accept anime as sort of as international kind of pop culture or something like that, the same way they accepted Korean drama. That's also interesting for me. Because it was so easy for them to nominate a Korean movie, but anime was if it's not Miyazaki, we will not nominate it, Because, Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli has this kind of tie with Disney and has this kind of prestige in the United States. So that maybe that could be also a reason, as you said, it's business after all,
Yeah.
There is Japanese drama is really great, that based of anime. You can see something like some they like Rurouni Kenshin is Japanese movie. There is a lot of movies that based of anime, maybe good, maybe not, but Rurouni Kenshin was good. I really like it. S- Japanese drama. It was comedy. I don't remember, but it was a member of Yakuza. He was went to school. And he was doing really funny stuff. I can see the name of it. It was really funny. Let me check if I can have it. I'm really. It was really funny. Funny TV series, and it was Japanese, and some yakuza is going to school and stuff like that. I don't know if you remember something like that.
It's I can't remember. When did you see that drama?
When it was 6 to 8 years, it's not like new stuff. It was not new. Before high definition. Before high definition, I think this TV. I will see if I can find it here.
I wanted to ask about there was some Japanese drama on the national Egyptian TV. Did you watch it? I'm not sure whether it's Japanese per se or not. Oshin,
Which one?
It's really popular in Egypt.
It's really popular in Egypt. Like a lot of people who doesn't know anything about Japan, they just know Oshin. So like, did you watch it when you were in Egypt, or like did you? Like, does people in Japan even hear about it or know it exists?
No, there is, and even it's broadcasted again and again, repeat. So even it was a long time ago, but people know and how the Oshin was popular in the world. I when I travel in like Africa, I visited small village and I stayed with family, like African family, and they watched like Oshin.
I think the syndication, maybe the syndication condition for it is easier. Maybe that's why it's easy for a lot of people to broadcast it.
But even the Oshin, it's like a Japanese broadcast company. They didn't intend it. They didn't expect, such a like a worldwide popularity. It's just by accident. And even the why Japanese animation in the 1970s, 70s, 80s, before like satellite TV, like Cartoon Network, Cartoon Space Tune started. Why it became popular in the world? It's just because of the Japanese animation company. They sold, the package of. Okay.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
The package of animation. Like 10, 20 like animation titles all together. And it's just like sold.
Too much sense. That makes too much sense because because like
and even there,
where like
I found the TV series. It's called My Boss, My Hero. It's
did you see
really
that?
funny TV drama. My Boss, My Hero is really. This is something that I really hope I can find something in Japanese drama like this. It was really funny and really interesting.
Yeah, but anyway, all the time, you know, like Japanese people, they are engaged in the culture. What they want to sell to the other country, and what the people in their world want from Japan is that is different. You see?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the animation and the manga, it's not like Japanese people, they intended to do that. It's just by accident. It's just because of cheap. You know, 1970s. Okay, and 1970s, it's just because of cheap, and even the buyer in the world, they bought. It's interesting, you know, it's just because of cheap.
Yeah.
And then they broadcasted. And even the Middle East, at that time, you know, you have only, I think, 2 channels, right? Like
like something like that, yeah.
1 or 2. And there is no content for the children, not so many content to the children. So just broadcast it again and again because it's cheap, you know, and they could repeat it again and again. No limitation, you know, by the contract.
Yeah.
So this is why in the world, 1970s, 80s, Japanese animation are everywhere. And, you know, and it was very interesting.
Yeah.
See? And then it became very popular.
Yeah. It actually, what you said actually makes so much sense because, like, I grew up, of course, watching Space One, and I watched most of their animes, and, like, when they do syndication and they repeat, I started noticing a lot of animes are not from the same, like, studio or not from the same, like, mangaka or director or something like that. So it felt a little bit of a weird package, like, why do they broadcast all of this at the same time? But it makes sense now if it's a deal, as you say, like they buy 20 anime. Oh, that makes way much too sense because we were actually discussing this in one of the podcasts. Why did Space Tune dub this anime? Like this anime is so weird. Like it doesn't seem with the brand, you know, it doesn't go along with the brand of Space Tune. So like it was quite like you clarified a lot of stuff for me now. Like thank you very much for this. I was actually thinking about it for a very long time, but now I understand why the reason is.
Yes.
By the way, do you have any favorite holidays in Egypt? Maybe like a festival or something like that. You experienced a festival or a holiday that you like so much in Egypt?
Of course, you know, I was so involved in the like Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha.
Yeah.
And Mawlid and Nabi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Shamin Nassim.
Shamin Nassim, okay, yeah. Yeah. Do you have a favorite Japanese festival? Like, what is your favorite Japanese festival, for example?
Okay, we have a lot of like a summer festival, just like this season, or from August to September, because you know now we are on the long holiday, like 9 days holiday. And because of from August 13 to like 16, these 4 days, we call it like Obon holiday.
Yeah.
And Obon is the what kind of holiday is, you know, like we believe, like people like in Ghana, now they come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
it's
stay
like
4 days.
The Day of the Dead.
Yeah, like spirits, you know, the spirits come back and stay 4 days with family and go back.
Yeah, I see.
So, like my favorite question is what piece of Japanese art or like Japanese kind of pop culture do you like to recommend outside of anime and manga to for people, for example?
Okay, so you know the J-pop, Japanese pops?
Yeah, of course.
You know, you know, it's like a rock music or something. It's just same. You know, some group, some band is very good, some singer is very good, some like singer is not good like this. But like anisong, you know the Japanese idol.
Yeah.
We call it idol, like a girls group and boys group.
It's similar to Korean culture, Korean pop culture.
See, I have to say, now the K-pop music is quite popular.
Yes, I think it's quite popular in Japan also.
Also, but the style, the Korean K-pop music like style, it's a group, boys group, the guys group, the dancing, like and the same dancing. It's actually it started from Japanese idol culture.
Yeah. So it started from Japan.
Japanese idol, like J-pop, Japanese idol, it's only.
Yes.
Sorry, the Japanese idol is they just like targeted, like focus on Japanese fan only, Japanese boys and Japanese girls. It's quite like otaku culture. And you see that like K-pops, from the beginning, the Korean like music industry, they aim to the world. They just because
to be popular. Do you see something? There is a lot of something Japanese is in music stuff really unique about. Something like baby metal. I think you see something like that. I think Japanese people really making the music so different about when we talk about idols and stuff like that of Korean people.
Yeah, and you see the Korean idol, they say they're idol, but actually the concept is idol in Japan and in Korea is different. Because the Korean K-pop idols, they are, for the like girls group, they are so beautiful, too sexy, right? They have nice proportion, like very sexy. And also the boys group, their dancing is so cool. And they are sexy, but it's not like kawaii culture. Right?
Moe and stuff like that.
Yeah, no moe at all. And you see that, for example, like a K-pop idol, see like this, like, hat? Or like
stuff like
that.
It's not like pretty as like a Japanese idol.
Yes.
And the concept of Japanese idol is just cute. And also they have to be funny.
Yeah, sort of.
It's really.
It's this kind of in some animes they discuss this kind of like cultures a little bit, like the as you said, like this kind of idol culture. But to be honest with you, it's so much foreign for me. This kind of culture, like I don't even understand it till now. Maybe I'm not the audience.
It's same to me, really.
Okay.
We are in Egypt. Maybe a lot of us, maybe anime fans, but maybe we didn't understand the K-pop and the stuff like that. It's something that we didn't used to see this.
I was actually interested in some time. I was interested in, but unfortunately, this is really hard art to transfer. I was really interested in kind of traditional Japanese theater, like like this kind of folklore theater that have like some Japanese myths and some Japanese like folklore stories. I was really interested in that, but it's
the
really
stories and the stuff like that.
Yeah. It's really hard to find.
There is a game is out recently in Japan and world. It's produced by Sony. It's called Ghost of Toshonima. Ghost of Toshonima. When Mongol is trying to invade Japan back then. There is a story about this. They make it in the game and really got popular in Japan and in worldwide as a game. And the really interesting part is we talking about a game about samurais, So the samurais is made game about culture of samurais and all of stuff made it by Western developers. They made the Western people made the game and make it and in Japan really got really like it. It was really interesting to me.
Yeah. And you see, you know the ninja?
Ninja, yes.
Ninja in anime, ninja in the movie. But actually, in Japan, there is a lot of like martial arts group. You know, they learned, you know, the ninja in the martial arts.
Ninja and martial arts, yes.
And
there is many dojos in Japan.
Not a lot, but you know that there are like two major towns of ninja. It used to be, and ninja was the real one actually. They existed anyway, and but they couldn't write books. It's forbidden. This is the ninja way. So that like just to like people to people, and just went down to until now. And some groups they teach how to do like ninja martial arts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think like ninja was used in the Sengoku Jidai, but by Oda Nobunaga when he attacked the temple. Like he recruited some ninja in it, so like I know it was used actually in history. It was quite interesting because like they were like spies and stuff like that. It was really interesting to know it's not just fiction being fiction.
Yes. Okay.
So Abdullah, do you think there is any question do you like to ask? I think I finished the question reading.
Well, it's really good time. I don't want it to end. It's really great. We are missing you,
like it's
Aki
really
San.
great having you. Like it was really interesting conversation, and like you actually enlightened us to a lot of perspective that we didn't expect to know. So thank you for that. Thank you for that very much.
It was great honor to have you here. It's pleasure to see you again. And see you in Egypt soon.
أيوة.
Yeah, hopefully.
أنا كمان سعيد جدا. إن شاء الله أرجع إلى مصر مرة ثانية إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله بإذن الله. شكرا لكم يا شباب. ده الميتنج. انا اظن ان احنا في المقابله يعني حاولنا نغطي حاجات كتيره من اللي انتوا سالتوها. معلش ان احنا ما غطيناش كلها، بس اكيد يعني كانت مقابله جميله جدا، واحنا مش عايزين ناخده من وقت اكي سان. يعني انا مستمتع فعلا معاها، واحنا ان شاء الله ممكن لو في فرصه ان احنا نقابلوها في مصر ولا حاجه ان شاء الله يبقى.
Our fans they like to thank you very much, and like one of them Sarah, she wrote you like you are such a kind and honest person, and people like Amr, he wrote to tell her that was the best of his life period, like
of the thank life, you really very much to have you here. Really, it's
and like people are thanking you for your time, and of course like because that was basically the best episode of this live stream. So period.
شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا، ونشوفكم على خير ان شاء الله في لايف جديد مع لايف ايكو. يلا السلام.
Thank you very much.
تصبح على خير. باي باي. سايونارا.